Hello and welcome to another episode. I'm Zelmont and I do a YouTube series where sit here, play Ark, and just talk about whatever. I tried to do an episode the other day, but I ended up talking about some topics that I would just rather not talk about publicly. They're things that I do in my personal life I have no issue talking about, which is kind of how it ended up here. It's because when I'm doing an episode, I tend to try to be more genuine and do that real connection of why are you watching me, right? Um, so, s but yeah, I decided when I went to upload, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable with that. So I scrapped yesterday's episode on my day off. Today I actually am going to be going and working with the wife before I got to go do prep wings tonight and close the kitchen. So today's going to be a busy day. So I'm just trying to squeeze in an episode here before I need to take the youngest down to daycare. Here, let me get a timer going. But yeah, if you're enjoying the content, please leave a like, subscribe for more content, comment, let me know what you're thinking. Absolutely. I'm really looking for any interactivity. I respond to comments pretty quickly. And yeah, feel free to share if the inspiration to do so strikes you. But yeah, anyways, this here is going pretty good. I'm got my 6 milli mutation now, third weight. Me and the wife have. I just finished imprinting 2 new RGs with the third weight and 5th milli. But you know, don't need them right now. They're kind of like backups, right? But whatever. And the Rexes I got set up to really start breeding. Excuse me. I'm just using the 10 right now because let me drink this coffee because I really am on a time crunch here. Like I probably shouldn't be trying to do this episode, but I really want to put out some content. My monthly numbers are like really seriously falling. I haven't I haven't put a decent video that's really got some traction going in a while, and especially lately I've been kind of busy and life. But yeah, so I'm really trying to push one out. The topic that I was going to talk about yesterday. It wasn't really last night. That when I recorded the video, it was during the day too. But I'm just gonna check my mating timers. Yeah, no, minute and a half, 12. Yeah, no, they're not breeding. All right. I was hoping I could actually do a round of breeding while I was doing this, but it seems like no, I didn't get up quite early enough and get on here. Well, I have life, right? Wanted to make a coffee and need to make sure that the youngest is going to be up on time. And right now, the two that are here are eating their breakfast. Got them their breakfast and then come in here to do my little episode. But yeah, anyways, the topic I was going to talk about yesterday was how it really feels like I don't know about you all, but to me, I really look when I was a younger, especially a teenager and a preteen. I read a lot of your dystopian future sci-fi fantasy novels and graphic novels and comics. And it really, I gotta be honest, it actually does feel like we're in a dystopian. Well, the way I would actually describe what we're living in for like the last 20 years is a dystopian future stuck in the 90s. It's like the Matrix actually happened. Okay? Because, like, don't get me wrong, like, technology has kind of advanced and blah, 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 to a certain extent, absolutely. But for the most part, like culturally, like there hasn't really been. Everything is just rehashes of 80s and 90s. Like there's nothing new. You know, it's live actions of the movies I watched, of the animated movies I watched as a kid. You know, it's reimaginings of all the classics. Nothing new is coming out, right? Like nobody wants to do anything new. When something new is done, it usually only makes one round and then it's cut. Like there's the one series on Netflix I was watching. What I can't even remember. They have a spin-off series on it too, but yeah, both series they only lasted one season, and they were actually good. And that was new. It was great. Okay, yeah, it's superhero, but they were genuine superheroes. They were new. You're thirsty? All right. Well, Dad'll get you a drink then while I stand here and talk over this microphone. Come on. Oh, yeah.
On what topic?
Well, actually, I hear. I'm going to mute the mic. Oh, there. Sorry about that. I'm sure you heard. Well, I'm not sure how I know I've heard some stuff come over the mic when it's other people and whatnot. So I'm pretty sure you heard that clearly. What occurred kind of there. Youngest come in wanting a drink, so got her a drink But yeah, it really feels like we're living in the dystopian, in one of those dystopian futures where like everything's censored. Like you actually do have that drawback to I can't say what I actually think. You know, like that's a horrible place to be. You know, here on YouTube, I legitimately there are legitimately topics that am not allowed to speak truthfully and fully express myself on. I'm not allowed. Well, I'm not allowed to talk about it. You know? And like make no mistake, like the marketplace of ideas is in the online sphere now. That is on your social media. And your social media are all controlled by private corporations who like the freedoms and whatnot in constitutions and whatnot, they protect you from government, not from corporations. So the corporations are free to limit your freedom of speech because they're not the government. Freedom of speech is against the government. Government can't interfere in your speech. Corporation, you know. And you get into this loop. Well, if they're a corporation, they can do with what they want with their product, and you have to agree to it if you want to use their product. Just don't use their product. Okay, but that's how you communicate. That's not even a fair thing to say, you know. But, yeah, no, it's a conundrum of the modern age, eh? And I don't know. Like I say, like it's so surreal to me, personally. Here, let's, what are we gonna do? I have Jack out. I went on a ride a bit for him. I had Blue out for the first ride ever. He's, my, blue trike. They're pretty. It's just very pretty, right? You know. I don't need... I'm just going to show you Blue. Oh, he should be in my inventory, actually. Yeah, it's in my inventory. Okay. I should start breeding some raptors. I think I will. Well, I want a nice collection of raptors before I even start. because my Rex line, they're kind of just whatever I had, and my RG line is kind of whatever I had. They're not bad, but like, I could have got way better if and even still, I could go and get way better, but I have a life. Oh, come on, lag. There we go. But yeah, see? Oh, derpa derpa. Nice blue. I like it. Blue. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. When it comes to a great, I'm somebody, like, I hold out. I think no matter what happens, I'm gonna hold out hope, because I really see it as like, it's everything. It's just as the pendulum swings. We've been here before. We'll be here again. As above, so below. Like, it all works out. Just hang on and make it through. But there, even I am starting to have a sense of nihilism about just the state of things, because we're heading to a place that I don't want the world to go. Like, I don't want to see that tragedy on mass scale any more than the next person. And the way society's going, like, it looks like that's the direction we're going, and it doesn't look like there's really a way out of it. Like, certain, and a person can call it a conspiracy if they want, but certain elites are clearly making a push for the great reset. Now, I'm not saying it's everyone. I'm not saying, but there's clearly certain people, certain elites, who are definitely like it's not even, they're not even hiding it anymore. It's literally out in the open, and there's only two ways for that to go. Either we let them do a great culling, or we do a great purge. You know what I mean? Like, depopulation is going to happen no matter what, it seems. Like I say, I hold out hope no matter what. I hope we're not going that way. Okay, like, I don't, but it, when you have Bill Gates and people who literally say that they're in favor of depopulation, and now they're in control of, like, like I say, like, I get people saying it, but it's like, how can it be a conspiracy when the person we're talking about has literally outright stated? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not taking things out of context. Bill Gates has outright stated his intentions. Bill Gates is, if you want to look into archetypes, he's like a Thanos, okay? What he's doing, he thinks what he's doing is for the greater good at the end of the day. It's what's going to, but it's from that top-down perspective, right? And yeah, like I say, when these people are the ones in charge of our social media, are in charge of our big corporations, are in charge of Google and Microsoft and, Facebook and, like, and it's one of those, I don't actually impugn their intentions itself. Like, I think they do want good. I think they're fundamentally flawed in the way they want to go about it. Killing people is not what's best for people. Like, that's oxymoronic. Like, killing people is not for their own good. Like, how can you say killing the people is for their own good? It's not, clearly. But there's, especially when you're talking about elitist types, you know, your high level academia, your high level business, they do end up living in a kind of a detached world from middle class and lower class people, where like the world is like, there's several layers to the world as we can even experience it as humans. Okay, like not even getting into the metaphysical, or but just experience wise, a lower class person gets to experience an entirely different world than what somebody from a higher class experiences. Like, you don't even see the same world. Your entire world perspective is different. Like, it's almost is like you're living in two entirely different worlds. Where certain things are just taken for granted, and whatnot, right? Especially like on a moral level, right? And that's something that I've kind of experienced myself to a certain extent, which is how I know, right? Like, I had lived a kind of unique experience where I lived lower class, and due to my mother's pride and wanting to do things herself, which don't get me wrong, my mom did. She bought her place herself. She did do it herself. And despite some hiccups along the way, my brother and I are fully productive grown adults. You know, um, we both might have some hangups. I think personally I'm better than my brother, but hey, that's what I've always thought, ain't it? So I'm able to recognize that I could just very well be biased and mistaken in that. Actually, no, to be honest, there's lots of things about my brother that I really admire. Certain things that are very different about us. We're both survivors, but my brother is a survivor first and foremost. Um, First and foremost, he's a survivor. He's going to make it. Period. You might not. He's going to. He's me. I'm a survivor to an extent, but there's certain people that I will jump in front of a bullet for. And the moment you're willing to jump in front of a bullet for someone, and the moment you're willing to play hero, you're not a survivor. You're not a true survivor anymore. Heroes die. It's the ultimate destiny of every hero. I'm sorry to say that, like, that's the entire, but that's the entire idea of a hero, is self-sacrifice. You're not a hero without the sacrifice. Like, and from a survivalist perspective, like, that's kind of, don't, the number one rule for a survivor is don't be a hero. My brother is very much, my brother is not going to be the hero. Although, I don't know. Well, nah, my brother, if my brother can save the day without having to risk, he'll do. But like I say, that's not a real hero. A hero really is about that self-sacrifice. My brother, and like I say, my brother's smart, so my brother, like, I can see him stepping in certain circumstances and saving the day, but it's in situations where he has reasoned his way through it, where there wasn't actually a risk, there was no sacrifice, there was no jumping in front of a bullet. It was pushing somebody else out of the way while getting out of the way himself, right? Like, he'll do that. He's a nice guy, but he's not going to. But if it comes to jumping in front of that bullet, to say no, he's not going to do that. And I don't know. I respect that. I come from that. It's just like dirty fighting. I was raised where, yeah, like, you do raised with and around people who you do whatever it takes to win. When you're fighting, you do whatever it takes to win. There's no such thing as dirty fighting. If you have to hit somebody straight in the nuts as hard as you can to drop them, that's what you do. And you don't think twice about it. And you don't feel bad about it. Punch a person straight in the throat. Like, no, you're not going for his chin. You're going for his throat. Most people, they're not prepared for that level. Me, I never did actually go to that level. I was always, I don't know. See, like, cause like, I read a lot of stuff, right? When I was growing up, I was a really super smart kid, and I did a lot of reading. So, like, even though I was immersed in this world, uh, I still read a lot about. And I like I say, like, I actually loved the idea of a hero, and as a kid, I wanted to be the hero. And while fully understanding and acknowledging that idea that the hero dies. Like, if you want to be a true hero, true hero dies. True hero is a martyr. You know, true hero is Jesus Christ. The true hero, you know, like that's the true hero. You want to be the true hero? True hero dies. They die at the end. Well, like, I don't know. Like I say, there's nuance, and so I don't want somebody to like, yeah, okay, no, don't take. There is nuance, but for the purpose of the point that I'm expressing. Okay, I don't want anybody to take that further than that. Oh, there we go. That's the time. And like I say, I gotta, take the youngest to daycare, so I gotta finish getting her ready. So I really gotta be done. But this was entertaining. I think I didn't get into anything too controversial, and I think it was a interesting talk about different stuff. Mostly, it did seem to keep to that dystopian future topic now, didn't we? Which is great. But yeah, once again, thanks for tuning in. Like if you're enjoying the episode. Share with anyone that you think might be interested. Subscribe for more content, and yeah, comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any future episode ideas, any future topics you want to discuss. Is there what's your favorite dino in Ark? Is there something that you'd like to see me start breeding? Like I said, I think I'm going to be starting to breed some raptors here soon. Otherwise, I don't play. I haven't gotten too much time lately to play, so I don't have a whole lot of stuff to breed. But hey, I'm also open. If anybody wants to play, I'm open to playing with people. We can work together. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Till next time, later.